With the law of attraction, a lot of us believe that any thought that we put out to the universe, it will cause a manifesting of that thought. This was also part of the theory of trying to get rid of the ego's thoughts. However, if every thought we put out into the universe actually did manifest itself, we would definitely all be millionaires by now. Not only that, we'd accidentally knock off a lot of people. There's a lot of times we think a fleeting thought, and we'd never say it out loud. Our thoughts do not manifest like that. What manifests is our ability to understand and perceive our reality. And that topic we will be delving into next show, the perception of our reality. So right now I leave you with the thought, again, of spirituality. We are born spirit. We die spirit. Therefore, our spiritual journey is not to make us better than what we are. It is to accept who we are in each and every minute. We only have each second of our life that we are living. And in that second, we are doing the best that we can. We are in that second perfect, whole, and complete. So let's switch that over to life. My boyfriend's family doesn't like me. How do I feel good in this situation? One of my clients writes. The thing is that we aren't responsible for what other people think of us. And we are definitely not here to please other people. And it is hard when we live in a society of judgment. When we're around people who we know do not care for us, it becomes a mere fact of still treat others the way you want to be treated. We still have to stand by our own integrity level, whatever that means for us. It means that in order to respect others, we must respect ourselves first. If I accept me, I'm definitely going to accept you no matter what you think of me. And although my ego will be judging you anyway, because that's what our ego does, I can still accept you and respect you as a human being. Whether I like you or not is not the point. I can still accept you. So if you're walking into a room where you know his or her relatives don't like you, stand by yourself and get in your own corner. The thoughts you need to be thinking are, I love you, I accept you, I believe in you. Remember, you're not dating his or her family. You're dating him or her. And that person already chose you. So don't throw your relationship under the bus simply because the family may not agree with it. Remember, families love us. They are there to protect us. And sometimes they forget we might know what's best for us. It's true, sometimes families see things we don't see. And sometimes we're not listening. But remember, all experiences, good, bad, or indifferent, still bring you to where you need to be. So if you're going to his or her families for a function, please talk to yourself before you go there. Get it in your head that, yes, you're going to be nervous, yes, you're going to feel judged, and that's okay. You don't have to retaliate, and definitely don't try and prove yourself. A lot of times we'll try and prove ourselves to people who don't like us. And think about anybody who's ever tried to prove themselves to you. Did it work? Because we all know the harder people try to make us like them, the more we usually don't. So simply be yourself. Don't be aggressive. Don't be argumentative. And just trust that they love their son or daughter so much. They're inadvertently maybe not respecting that person's choices, but it's not on purpose. They're honestly looking out for them. So try that. Talk to yourself. Write a few things down. You're not a victim in the situation. Don't make it about you. Because trust me, it's not about you. It's simply about what the family wants for their child. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, just give me a quick email and I'll expand. Another client writes, I am uncomfortable in my work situation. How do I feel good there? Now, remember what I said. People judge us. And business is an interesting thing because business needs to be viewed without emotion. And for a lot of people, especially women, we tend to get emotionally involved and take things personally. Business is business. It's not to be taken personally. And that's where we really have to talk to our egos and simply explain it's not about you, and like saying it to yourself. When we walk into a business situation and we're working with a lot of people, there's a lot of A-type personalities or personalities that will clash. One thing you have to remind yourself is I'm simply there to do my job and to do it to the best of my ability. Another thing to say to yourself is it doesn't matter what people think of me. I'm there to do my job, not to be liked. It's a lot like parenting. We're there to do our jobs, not to be liked by our children, which all parents know. Kind of a tough pill to swallow sometimes. When you go into your work situation, also try a technique called white lighting. It's using universal energy to puff yourself up. My favorite visual for that right now is a pufferfish. A lot of times people will say, I feel drained when I'm in this area. And the thing is what drains us is not people taking our energy, but us trying to hold our energy in. You ever tried to squeeze a balloon? Pretty hard. So when you try and pull in your energy, because remember your ethereal body is always the same size, it is a part of you. When you try and pull that in, it's exhausting. That's why we feel drained. It's not from people taking anything from us, but it's us trying to hold ourselves in. It's us trying to make ourselves small. The other thing that does is it also creates a feeling that anybody can walk right up to us. So as we're trying to keep ourselves safe by pulling ourselves in to become small, we've taken away our protective, so to speak, force. Our boundaries are now down, they're pulled in. So a person can walk right up to us. However, when you're walking into an uncomfortable situation, and this also is for the other email too, even if it's family, or if it's workplace, or if you're going out to a gathering where there's lots of people, imagine yourself puffing up, big, huge, full of universal energy, which is unconditional love. What it does, it gives you a sense of balance and empowerment. It allows you to feel safe and calm. And what it does for those around you is suddenly you feel really good. You'll feel really good to other people. They won't understand why, and that's fine. Because furthermore, now that you're so large and puffed up, they also won't come too close to you. They will feel that you're way out there, that you're very large, that your boundary is extended. So they'll look at you and smile and won't feel the need or the ability to walk right up to you. They also won't feel threatened by you, and that's also what you want. You don't want people to feel threatened. You want people to feel calm when they're around you. So when you walk into the workplace next time, imagine yourself puffing right up. Talk to yourself, tell yourself, I'm good. Even if I'm having a bad day, I'm good. I'm here to do my job and to go home. The workplace is not a place to forge friendships. It's not a place to discuss personal issues. Save those for your journal, for your family members that you trust, and for your best friends. The workplace is a place to go to work and come home from work. As soon as you just get those boundaries in place for yourself, you will start to feel more comfortable where you are. And then, and only then, can you decide if it's actually the job you want to be leaving, or once you've established a balanced mindset, you probably can do your job just fine once you've shifted your perception of the environment that you're in. There are so many things that we're able to do. There's so many things that we're able to be capable of. And all of it is within our thoughts, understanding that we are doing what we need to do at this time. Focusing on our lives and each moment is really worth it. And getting in our corner is really worth it, too. Another client writes, my finances aren't enough. I don't feel there's a way out. Now remember, right away that's ego telling you there is no future. There is no hope. And that is part of our ego's job as well. Our ego's job is to turn the light off at the end of the tunnel. Remember, it's balance. The reality of the situation is when you look at your finances, you have to first live in the means that you've been given, and then be grateful for what you have. A lot of us already feel we're broke. Therefore, we squander for fear that we might end up more broke. So, in effect, we are a self-fulfilling prophecy, so to speak. If you first work a solution immediately, if there's a problem, there's always a solution. But you've got to find the solution that's set for you. When it comes to finances, the reality of it is you need to immediately set forth a budget, get all of your facts. Ego also likes to work in the unknown. If it can keep us in the unknown, it can create more fear. Ego is all about fear. And remember, fear is truly not existent. It's what we create to keep ourselves away from our spirituality, away from our answers, and away from ourselves. So look at your finances, sit down, make a budget. If you need financial advice, please seek it. You can definitely find it. Most of us have more money than what we think we do. And once we find a way to balance our finances, it might, for some of us, take years to get there. But as soon as you find a path for yourself with a realistic solution that sometimes may be hard to implement, yes, you turn that light on at the end of the tunnel again. You give yourself hope, and you show the ego, I don't have to fear. I am able to make it out. There is a way out. So what you need to do is actually sit down and find the answers that you need to find. I'm going to take another break, and I'll be right back.